Hello students, welcome back to the biology class. So far we have learned regarding the morphology of the leaf. We understood the characteristics of the leaf, and we understood that three portions of the leaf are called as epipodium, mesopodium and the hypopodium. We learned the function of the leaf base. We understood that there are some plants, like in the case of Fabaceae family, where the leaf base becomes swollen, or like in the case of Poaceae family, the leaf base becomes a sheathing type of leaf base. And we understood that in maximum of the plants, leaf base carries two stipules on each side. So that means one stipule at each side, and these stipules are small leafy lateral outgrowths, and they are protective in nature. They protect the leaf primordia. We have understood the modifications of the stipules also, that stipules may become a bud scale in the case of Moraceae family and provides protection. Even in the case of Araceae family also, bud scales are present. Similarly, foliaceous stipules are present in the case of Fabaceae family. I showed you the example of railway creeper, in which the stipules turn into leafy structure, more expanded structure to increase the surface area. Then stipules can even modify into spines. We learned example of Ziziphus or bear, where transpiration is reduced and defense is provided by the spiny stipules. Then if the stipules modify into tendril, they are called as tendricular stipules, and they are present in Smilex, and they help in climbing the plant because the aerial stem is there, but the stem is weak enough to stand on its own. So stipules modify into tendrils so that the plant can easily climb up a support. We learn petiole is maximum time present in the plants. So if a leaf carries petiole, it is called as petiolate leaf. But there are plants like Calotropis, like Zinnia, where you will find petiole is absent. Such a leaf would be called as a sessile leaf. The function of petiole is to raise the lamina for maximum sunlight to be harvested. Lamina is a site of photosynthesis, site of respiration, site of transpiration, and it has the main midrib as well as the veinlet. So we will be learning about this topic today in detail. And then we learned leaves can be of three types on the basis of insertion. If they appear to be coming out from a discoidal stem, so it appears to be coming out from the roots, so they are called as radical roots. If they grow on the main stem, they are called as colline, like in the case of coconut. In the case of palms, all the palms, or you can say Ericaceae family. Then ramel type of leaves are those which arise on the branches, like in the case of Mangifera indica. Now, according to the duration, I found some students had confusion with these terms. So let me quickly go through it. According to duration, leaves can be caducous, or they can be deciduous, or they can be persistent. Now, caducous leaves are those which fall the earliest. Now, why do they fall? Because these are the desert adaptation in the plants. Those plants which grow in the xeric condition, or you can say dry condition, arid condition, they generally develop scaly type of leaves, but they do carry stomata. This can cause loss of water. So the leaves in such plants generally fall off very fast within few days and individually. It is not like they all fall together. So they fall very fast. That's why they are called as fugaceous or caducous type of leaves. But if the leaves fall off annually only once, and that also simultaneously in a particular season, that means the end of the growing season, such leaves are called as deciduous. So when they fall off individually throughout the year, they are called caducous. When they fall in a particular season or end of the growing season and all simultaneously, they are called as deciduous or annual type of leaves. And if they fall individually but in different times of the whole year, so they may stay for 2 years also without falling, such leaves are called as evergreen or persistent leaf. I hope doubts are clear from this topic now. Now the next is, we learned in the last class was the phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy word, if you break the word, phyl means leaf and taxis means arrangement. So arrangement of the leaves on the stem or on the branches for maximum sunlight is called as phyllotaxy. And we learned that if there is only one leaf per node, it is called alternate, also called as spiral. because a spiral arrangement or a helical arrangement is formed. If two are present at each node, they are called opposite. Now there are two methods of two leaves per node possible. They may be superposed to form only two rows, left and right rows, and they can be decussate with forming four rows. That means on each node they may arrange in this manner or otherwise in this manner. And if there are more than two leaves, you can say three leaves or more than three leaves per node, they are called as whorled or verticulate type of phyllotaxy. So now we will start with a new topic, and that is the venation. Now what exactly is venation? You can read from there in the notes also. Arrangement of the veins and the veinlets in the lamina is called as venation. So if you remember, in the last class I have discussed in detail regarding two surfaces. If you remember this, upper surface and the lower surface. The upper surface is the ventral surface, or also called as the adaxial surface, and the lower surface is called as the abaxial surface or the dorsal surface. And I told you, in the case of dicot plants, veins are more prominently visible on the lower surface, and in the case of the monocot plants, they are equally visible on the both side. And we learned about the distribution of stomata also, and we learned about the color, because in the dicot plants, stomata are more restricted on the lower surface, or maybe all are present at the lower surface, and the dorsal surface may the upper surface may or may not carry. That means there could be few or maybe completely absent stomata. And when we talk about the color also, the chlorophyll content is more on the upper surface in dicot leaves compared to the lower surface. But in the case of monocots, stomata number is equal on both surfaces, and the amount of chlorophyll is also equal on both surfaces.